Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today we're going to be doing my Shop My Stash for May 2023. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today's video we're going to be shopping my stash because it's time to change out my everyday makeup drawer for a new month. Last month I wasn't trying out too many new things. I actually went back to some old favorites and I was trying out some like BB cream kind of situations for an upcoming BB cream review. So we're going to continue that. But for the most part, I'm just going to be quickly talking you through what was in the drawer this month, and then we're going to go into my drawers and select some new products for the new month. So I hope you'd like to stay tuned for that. But before we get into the video, it may be good to know that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and that greatly skews my makeup preferences. I've also been doing this for more than a decade, so I have some strong opinions. And if you're into eyeshadow palettes, Estee and Catrice, and getting the use out of your makeup, this may be right up your street. So I hope you'd like to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button down below and joining the Snow Angel family. So I'm actually excited to report that I have a couple of products that I've sort of used up. So it's these two. The Gucci mascara that I was using is now gone, and also this Catrice Volume and Lift Brow Mascara. These two products are now used up. So that means that I need to select a new brow mascara and a new actual mascara to go into the drawer. Things that I was trying to use up, like the eyeshadow primer and also my lip balm, those are still going strong. These two guys are still going strong. My setting spray is still going strong, so no need to change that around. And as you all know, this is the section where we tend to change around the most. So, for base, I was trying out some K-Beauty BB creams, and the reviews for this are gonna go up in the next couple of days. So if you'd like to hear all my thoughts about these, then definitely check out the blog. Tomorrow the first one will go up. The Purito one is the one that I've had for the longest, and this is one of the BB creams that I tried in 2022 and realized, okay, I just need to try more BB cream and really get a feel for that type of product. So this is one that's highly recommended. It's a Cica clearing BB cream from Purito. I have mine in light beige, and this starts off looking very gray on your skin, but something happens to this when you blend it out and it actually looks really pretty. However, I have found that compared to the other two that I was using, this doesn't have the wear time that I'd like to get out of a base product. The Elizaveca Milky Piggy BB cream, which only comes in one shade unfortunately, was my favorite one, but the shade is a little bit light for me. This also has a whitening effect, it says, and I felt that once I did my complete face of makeup, it wasn't too offensive looking for sure, but it did make me look paler than I actually am. But in terms of texture and longevity, this was my favorite of the three. And that I just enjoyed using the most. So that's also why this tube is actually nice and flattened, because this is what I reach for almost every day. And then the Numbuzin, I hope that's how you pronounce it, Porcelain Base Skip Tone Up Beige number 3. So this is another product that I spotted when I was looking for some BB creams to try. This product promises to allow you to skip primer and foundation, and even has some skincare properties in it. So it's sort of like a base product, but it kind of does 3 steps in one. And I really enjoyed the way this looked on my skin. It was a really good product. I love the shade of this. It's really pretty, but it smells of tea tree. And my skin can be quite sensitive, and tea tree is a product I only tend to use for if I have a zit coming up, because it's usually too harsh for my skin, and if I use it too often, it can really cause an allergic reaction, which is a shame because this is such a lovely product, but I'm a little bit too scared to be using it every single day, but I like it enough to definitely keep it around. But yeah, the tea tree scent, not my favorite. Something that needs to go back into the drawer is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. This has been in my Shop My Stash all winter to try and get most use out of it, but I'm now really enjoying trying those BB creams, so I don't feel that for May I need to go back to an older base product. For summer, I definitely want to try and see if I can use up my Chanel Le Beige Tinted Moisturizer, but that's more of a June, July product for me. It's a little too early in the year to give that a whirl, but I'm going to be putting that back. The concealer I was using is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is a nice concealer, but I am, now that I'm using it again, this is like my 4th tube or something like that, that in terms of concealer, I have others that I like better, but this is going to stay in here because I can use it up. Also staying in here is my Kiko powder. This is again getting hard pan. This is like the 3rd time I need to scrape up the top layer and get more use out of it. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to soldier on with this. Like, I've used a good amount of this, but if it keeps doing this, I'm not sure if it's worth it in the end. So yeah, it just kind of seals over after a couple of weeks of use by now. But I'll use it another month just to see how we go. For blush, I only had 2 options in the Kiko Shade Fusion in the shade Marsala and the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in Peachgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. This was my go-to all month. I was really loving this shade. It went with everything. This one I've used a couple of times as well, but I really just don't like how this product, like how you need to use this product with the puff. It dries up in the puff and then you need to take a little bit more. And once that puff is saturated, it's really difficult to tell how much product is coming out. So I feel you just waste so much product with this, which is why it's not my favorite. So I was using this all the time. Then my Becca Bali Sands. I've definitely worn down the pattern on this bronzer. Becca is of course no longer around, but I did really enjoy using this bronzer again, but it's gonna go back into my Shop My Stash for now, or into my makeup collection, I should say, and we're gonna select a new bronzer. And for highlighter, the only thing that was in the drawer is the Catrice Glow Lover Oil Infused Highlighter. And this is so pretty. And I hadn't really used it enough, I felt, to really give it a run for its money. So I made this the only highlighter I could use. And it was perfect. It went with everything all month. And together with the Kiko blush, it was perfection. That was what was in the drawer, but I also used some lip products. So let me show you those. I've decided to make my way through a lot of the lip stains from Yes Style that I showed you in my April haul. So these are the first 2 I've used. This I've used the most. The Ink Velvet from Peripera in shade 31 Wine Nude. And this is the Ink Airy Velvet in 25 Zazzy Peach. Really lovely products. Love the formula. But both of these do have a strong scent. It disappears really quickly though, which is why I don't mind it. But formula-wise, these are now some of my favorite lip products, and I'm thinking that I did the right thing by throwing out the older ones I had of these and buying new shades that are more flattering for me, because now that I have these, I'm very happy with them. And another really exciting moment, I have used up my Catrice Better Than Fake Lips Volume Gloss. You can see there's a lot of a gap here. I have to scrape down to the sides, and I can't get any more product out of this. If I remove the stopper, I might, but I don't really mind it. I have plenty of other products to go back to, but that's a used up one, so I'm happy about that. I used some Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, of course, again. So what did I use? I'm pretty sure it were all my standard shades, yes. Of course, Velvet Ribbon. What's a month without me wearing Velvet Ribbon? I don't think it ever happens. Velvet Muse, I've used a couple of times as well. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, Velvet Muse and Wine Nude from Peripera, very similar shade. The Peripera is just a bit darker. Velvet Morning, again, we're heading into summer, so that orange toned red I just love. And then we have Wonder Wheel, which I think is just a perfect spring-summer shade. But that's not all. I also wore these ones. So I wore the Glossier Generation G lipstick in the shade Crush, which is really pretty. And again, that sort of popsicle shade. I was trying to really manifest spring this year because we've had no spring whatsoever. It's been really terrible weather. And I have quickly realized that Alter Ego is quite possibly my favorite shade from the Victoria Beckham Posh lipsticks. So I've worn that a few times. And then the Gucci, what's this called again? The Brillant formula in Jody Wild Mauve. So pretty if I want something darker. And then Charlotte Tilbury's Bond Girl. I just had this moment. I was like, I need this one. So I've been really going for this kind of lipstick shade because Velvet Muse and the Peripera are really close to it. So this like deeper mauve has been my game. So that's what I was using this month. This is still my Shop My Stash because I still need to play with some custom singles. I didn't really get around to using my Naked 2 at all. But let me go into the drawers and select some new products to play around with. Welcome to the face drawer. So I'm going to be selecting some new things to play around with. And I know that this month I have to go in with the Missha Choboyoung BB cream in number 17. This is part of that BB cream tryout that I'm doing currently. And this is one that I definitely want to use. And then what else do I want to go into? So I'm also going to be selecting the Holika Water Drop Foundation in shade 3 Petal, because I think it's going to be a nice one for right now. It's a very watery, liquidy kind of thing. Yeah, and I think I also want to select this, the Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream by Maison, just to give that a bit of a whirl as well. And then I have, I think, three more that I have yet to try in terms of BB cream. So that way, I think we're doing pretty fine. We don't need to select a concealer, nor do we need to select a setting spray. We don't need a new primer because that's still going strong as well. But I told you I was going to select a new bronzer. And now I'm like, what do I want? Ooh, we can go in with the Dior. Or the Fenty. I think I'm feeling Fenty. I feel I haven't used that in a while. So my Fenty Beauty in the Sun looks atrocious, but I love this thing. Face powder is still going strong. We definitely need a new highlighter. And I definitely want to like try a couple of things out here. Is there anything that's like new that I would like to try out? I haven't really bought a lot of highlighter though in recent years. And if I bought anything, it's been like a liquid like this. Oh, maybe, I think this will be pretty. The e.l.f. Jelly Pop one. That can be nice. I think I like that. Ooh, and I definitely want to get more use out of my Kiko one. So this is the new one that I haven't given much of a try yet. So this is the Ultimate Glow Highlighter in shade 2. It's like Coral Glow or something. It's really pretty. So I'm going to be playing around with that. So that's, I think for highlighter, do I want something icy as well? It's more for the winter time. Maybe the Sydney Grace one? No, it's too similar. I know, something I haven't used in such a long time. NARS Fort de France. I think this is a good month to go back to that one. So we'll go back to that. Then for like liquid bronzer, I don't really have to do anything. Or do I? Just the Fenty one. Get more use out of it. No, I do want to go back in with my Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I do want to use that again. So going back to that. And then over here we have the blush section. Do I have anything in there that I haven't really reviewed yet? Or do I just want to go back to something? Oh, so I'm going to go in with my Divine Blush from Pat McGrath. This is the one in Venetian Sunrise. It's the one with the pink and the purple. I haven't reviewed that yet, so it's time to do that. And then maybe, it's too early for Heat Index, I think. Maybe Lola from Nabla, going back to that one. And possibly something liquidy or cream as well. I think Venetian Rose from M Cosmetics is going to be a nice one. So those are the 3 blushes. And then I'm going to take you back into the drawer and show you how it's all going to look. And then I'm going to chat to you about eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to go back to as well. So we've put the drawer back together. We've got all the products in here. I did select the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara, the very controversial one. That just came out and it was on offer, so I did decide to pick it up so I can try that out. And of course my trusty Essence Make Me Brow, because I have 4 of those in backup, so I need to get through a couple of those. But in this section of the video, I also like showing you what eyeshadow palettes you could expect me to review for you and go back to. So let me start with the things I want to go back to, because that's not too much, because I actually have quite a few newer things that I need to rope into a review. And I just thought I could round up all of the new things before I move on to the K-Beauty stuff I still want to review for you as well. So I've got the Purple Haze and the Pastel Lilac from Huda Beauty. And this is another one of those things where I'm like, I think these can make for a good pairing. So I just want to see how they pair and like do like 2 or 3 looks with these for my palettes revisited. And then I put this in my rainbow palette video in April, and I was like, I haven't played with this in so long. And it's the eyeshadow palette I've used to create the icon that you see on my channel name. And I thought, I need to go back to this. It's so fun for spring. And then before I reorganize my Natasha Denona palettes, I want to go back to this one more time, just to see which shades I love best. I have an idea for the Glam and the Retro and also the My Dream, which ones I like best, but I think I also want to pull this one apart. But the Retro Glam, I think, is perfect for spring as well. So I figured I had to give it a whirl here. And then I have the new in bits that I have yet to review for you. And a lot of these were also part of full face makeup looks that I've done in the past 6 months. And I just haven't gone back to them. So I want to go back to... So apologies for how dark it is, but we got a lot of rain all of a sudden. This is the Kiko Joyous Holiday Eyeshadow Palette. And I haven't done a look beyond the first impression. So I want to give this more of a chance. The Sweet Indulgence was a gift, and at first glance, this is not my color story, but I do want to give it a chance to see whether I like it. I think those neutral ones I like, and maybe with a pop of purple, and then maybe this is a nice quad as well. I'm not entirely sure yet what I want to do with it, but I love Sydney Grace eyeshadow, so want to give that a whirl. Then the Celestial Winter from e.l.f. is one that I used in my full face of e.l.f. in February, and I haven't used it since, so I want to do some more looks with it. And I feel similarly about this. This is the Makeup Revolution Air palette from their Zodiac line. And I think when I did my full face of Makeup Revolution in March, I just used 1 or 2 shades from this and a liquid shadow that they're doing, which I really enjoyed. But this I haven't used all of the shades in yet. It didn't swatch the best, so I'm not too hopeful. But yeah, these are 3-4 palettes that I've gotten in that I still have to do some looks with. And then truly, truly new things that I've purchased in the past few months are the Rogue from Fantasy Cosmetica, the Moonfall from Shroud Cosmetics, which came shattered, so that's why it looks a bit messy, but it's fine. Then the Gemini 2 from Melt. This was a gift from someone that they sent me because they had a double. Lucky me. So yeah, these warm tones may not be right for me, but I am really looking forward to using these grungy shades on the end. And then finally, I keep it in the box, the Verona palette from Nomad. This looks really stunning. Look at the holographic packaging. It's really pretty. And then we just have those pinks and the grungy tones. And this was their Valentine's Day release, so I have yet to play with that as well. So that's everything that's in my Shop My Stash. You can be sure that I'm going to be doing a lot of follow-up content based off of this video, either on the blog with a lot of these face products or as videos with the eyeshadow palettes. So you have a lot of content to look forward to. So I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thank you so very much for being here. And then I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!